Wyverns and Weirdos Curse of Strahd is a horror-themed campaign, and as such contains dark themes, including descriptions of gore, violence, and other features intrinsic to the gothic horror genre. Hello, and welcome to Wyverns and Weirdos does Curse of Strahd. This time in costume, because we are recording this on Halloween. I am Darby, your dungeon master, and joining me as always are Zoe, playing Sevia, Emily, playing Beatrice, Laura, playing Conrad, Mitch, playing Designation 42 Exley, and Johanna, playing Fall. If you want to know who we're dressed as, check the description. Let's get started, shall we? Where we last left off, the party made their way from Mordenkainen's mansion and travelled south back to Valaki, making a quick turn off to take them to the encampment of some Mointier and elves to seek out the wounded elf of the prophecy. Wounded elf, somewhat fortuitously, wanted to go to the Amber Temple for undisclosed reasons, but that is one of the destinations the party had to go to anyway, so works out in the end. And that's where we currently find the party preparing for the journey ahead of them south to the Amber Temple. I believe initially you were all going to be taking a short rest, and anything else you wanted to do in preparation.
I think Exley's just, powered down for a little bit.
Excellent. Conrad is going to walk over, kind of survey Exley, like powering himself, like just in chill mode, and then will kind of flop himself down next to him, and then get out like 4 different daggers and start kind of like sharpening them, I guess. Quite studiously. He's like thrown all of his like bags and stuff down next to him as well.
Okay.
That's what he's going to do.
I guess just to so we don't have to do it again and stand in the middle of the road working out who's going where in the everything. Stevie is gonna work out who is going where, and also either before or right after Exley has his nap, she'll check if he actually wants to wild shape to get there, or if like she or Fall share a horse with someone else and he can just walk if he doesn't want to use up his wild shape. And she'll putter around and work that out.
Yeah. I think the elf was getting... He had a horse himself, didn't he?
Yes.
He had a horse of his own, but he was not able to procure any extra horses.
That's right, yeah.
So, Sevia will either ride up on the cart with Esmeralda or take Conrad up on that offer of sharing a horse. Depending on what... Although she might see him sharpening knives and decide to go with Esmeralda.
I guess Paul will just follow Xavier along for a bit and try to sort this out as well, and then just kind of find somewhere quiet to start meditating.
Okay.
Beatrice will be sitting somewhere near Exley, just going through her pack and double checking all the rations and everything she's got in there.
Okay.
That's a good idea.
Now, do you have a record somewhere of the number of rations that you have and... the
Oh, we spoke
the
about that last
miscellaneous
episode.
bits of
Yeah.
food that you
Yeah, because Beatrice still has 9. Daily
I think we were.
rations. So I think we worked out that we still have a few of the like nuts and berries left over.
We have like 12 rations total or something.
Yeah, I think we worked out between all of us, which is mostly between Beatrice and Conrad. We have like 13, 14 days worth of rations. It's just whether or not we share with one another.
Yeah, I think Beatrice had the lion's share of it as well.
Yeah, she's got the most.
Yeah.
but also remembering that Beatrice is also very good at finding food on the road.
Yes,
Yeah.
because that was another thing we discussed.
Yeah,
All right.
definitely.
Yes. So, yeah, we spend the short rest preparing for the trip.
Okay.
Excellent. Cool. And I guess once Hexley's kind of finished his powering down, I suppose, Conrad is going to kind of like nod at him and go, "So, 42, what is your assessment of Casimir, the elf?"
I do not trust him.
Neither do I. I think that is a good thing to establish before we set off with him. He might be useful and we clearly need him, but certainly not trustworthy. Do you think you could take him on if he was to cause trouble?
I have not seen much of his abilities. It would be a tough decision to make.
Yes. I am concerned if he is looking for magical things in the temple, he must have some sort of magic. You can't sense such a thing? I do not know if that is something that magic people or machines such as yourself may be able to do.
I am not able to detect any sort of magical essence emanating from him, if that is what you are asking.
I do not quite know. I am not very good at. I need to obtain more knowledge in regards to magic. I think, especially given the prevalence of it in this land. But excellent, good. Just wanted to check that with you. Did you also enjoy being a dog last night?
It was pleasant.
Could you taste?
I could indeed.
Excellent, good. Well,
It was an enjoyable experience.
it was very well done. It's interesting, interesting use of magic and a good shape of a dog. Good, excellent. Well, we shall see how this trip goes.
If it does make you feel better, or at least more at ease, I will keep an eye on our new companion.
Yes, I think that would be good. I will keep an eye on him as well, and if we notice anything, shall we report to each other about it?
That would be acceptable.
Excellent. Good. Fantastic. I think that will be most useful. Thank you, 42.
Conrad, you
Yeah.
have a lot of knives.
Yes, I do.
Are you worried that you might lose some?
Well, knives are easy to store, of course. And he kind of like he takes 2 of them and he kind of like I suppose sticks his little leggy out and shows how he's got like in his boots, like the inside of his boot, he's got like a little hilt so that he can kind of slide that into, so he pops that there, like easy to reach from most places, and good at close combat, but obviously I can throw quite well, better than my brothers, I would say, actually. But obviously, you must have a lot to, as insurance for anything that may happen. I'm not sure if they would be much useful to you. You seem to be quite adept at your magic, and a pike thing? A pike? A staff?
I reach into my side and I pull out the quarterstaff. It's essentially just a singular piece of wood which is quite gnarled and has some vines sort of wrapping around it, and a bit of fungi and moss just sort of around on the edge, and one end does come out into a more bulbous sort of end.
Stick. Is that part of you?
I keep it in part of me for safekeeping, much like your foot holder.
Yes, well, very useful. It is good to have an edge over a combatant. And a staff such as that is a good use for someone with your stature, such as yourself as well. Good at knocking people down and also pushing them away. Good choice. 42.
Thank you. I have not used it much in combat. I mainly rely on my spells and this, and I hold up my hand. And it's essentially just like I have fingers, but they're very like blunt metal wood contraptions. And as I sort of clench my fist, these green sort of spiky tendrils come up from the fingertips and come out into a point about 1.5 inches, 2 inches from where the nail would be, essentially.
My word. That is also part of you?
It is.
Useful. Interesting. And the magic, of course. Good close range and long range and magic. You have quite good capabilities, 42. I am much impressed. And I'm much curious of your magic as well, and your friends. I think it would be interesting to learn more of that.
I would be happy to teach you what I know, although it is not much.
It is more than me, so I would appreciate that. When we have time, of course.
Of course.
And if you wish to know more about staff is not my area of expertise. In fact, perhaps fall may be best, but I'm good at instructing theory, at least, in combat. So, can be a good trade, I believe.
Perhaps.
Perhaps, yes. Good. Eyes on Casimir when we travel, both of us.
Of course.
Good.
Should we go now? The sun is starting to get low.
Yes. We had best arrange travel and set off. Would not be good to be caught unawares in the dark.
Okay. So, the hour is beginning to get late. But you've still got probably a couple of hours of light before things get too dark. But yeah, so what did you end up deciding upon for riding order and all that?
Yeah.
Beatrice is back in the cart.
Yep.
In her usual spot.
With her pals.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like, see if he was, gonna check.
Yeah, I'm kind of assuming we were doing what we did on the way over, except instead, so Fall and Beatrice in the cart, and then Conrad on his horse, Casimir on his horse, but then instead of Sevia riding Exley as a horse, he can save that wild shape and she'll ride on the cart with Esmeralda, and he can chunk his way to the Amber Temple.
Metallic.
Stealthy as
thud.
always.
Okay.
So did an excellent impersonation of a robot walking.
So,
It's all in the shoulders.
all right. And what kind of pace are you taking as you go south? And you
Whatever is comfortable for the horses.
Okay.
Yeah,
So-
how fast can Exley go?
I guess
That's
like
the other question.
it's true. 'Cause I guess
Yeah.
like Casimir and Esmeralda have at least some understanding of how far the downward temple is. So we will probably discuss the best pace to maintain, I suppose, to get there.
Yeah.
Or to get closer.
Yeah, how far do we actually have to go?
Oh. It's a decent distance. You're not entirely sure. You just
Yeah.
know it is south. And you've learned that there is not specifically a road. Well, there is a road pathway to it, which might be technically safer than going directly to it. But it's a lot of going out of your way, and
Yeah.
it'll probably double, triple, maybe even quadruple the journey time.
Yeah, just assuming we're going as the Raven flies
Yeah.
via Casimir and Esmeralda's direction, and I'm assuming because we're trying to do as little night travel as possible, we're probably gonna actually go fast.
Okay.
Like as fast as we can within the
Yeah.
parameters of what we're doing.
Exley's walking and the horses.
All right.
What's Exley's like walking speed and
It's only 30 feet. He's not a quick dude.
Um,
Can
It's
wild
not, I
shape if
mean,
you want.
we were all walking together like for our first like 3 days in
Yeah.
Barovia. Like we didn't have horses for ages, and we made some pretty decent time. So we can go fast.
yeah.
true.
Question for the group:
just dash constantly.
are we going to want to go now, or should we wait for the night in the encampment that we're in, and then travel
I
first thing in the morning?
I mean, there's
mean,
still
well,
like
no.
a couple of, there's still like 2
Well,
or
no,
3
no,
hours left.
because the timeline we have is that we left Mordenkainen's at like 9 o'clock in the morning. It took us 2 hours to get to Valaki. We then we spent like half an hour talking to the elf, and then we waited the hour. So it's like mid afternoon.
I thought it was about 2 that you got to Valaki, not that it took 2 hours.
Oh, I might have
Because-
misheard you. I might have
Because
misheard you, Captain.
because from the mansion to the tower basically takes up one wild shape use from Exley,
All right, okay.
which is
Well, no, 'cause
which
he didn't run
was
out of-
initially 2 hours.
Okay, yeah.
It
Oh yeah,
is
no,
3
it
hours
took us
now.
3
but
hours to get to Valaki
You ne-
because he ran out of his wild
Yeah.
shape right as we arrived.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's been like 4. So yeah, it's like mid-afternoon. I think we
Yeah.
can travel a decent amount before we get.
It's the thing
There.
is it's gonna be a journey with a stop in it at some point.
Regardless. Like it's
Regardless.
more than a day
Might as
trip.
well.
Yeah.
Might as well leave.
Yeah.
Also, at the end of last session, everyone was talking like we were gonna go.
Yeah, I can imagine someone like Casimir especially would be like, well, now it's time to do the quest. I'm
Yeah.
coming along
Yeah.
with you. Let's go.
So yeah. So it's about 3 o'clock now. So depending on various factors, you can probably get about 3 or 4 hours of travel in before you lose any remaining light. I hesitate to call it like losing the sun in a place like Barovia, but
Because there is no sun.
Not that.
It's all gloomy.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
Onwards and
Yeah.
upwards then.
Yes.
well, actually, you're going downwards.
Onwards and downwards.
So that means if you're going at a fast pace, you cannot stealth, but you cover 8 hexes of the map per half hour. So, can somebody please roll me a d20
Sure.
Oh,
for your first random encounter, potentially.
7.
Okay, so you're kind of hugging the river at this point, and it's fairly quiet. Are you still going at a fast pace?
yes.
We're all good with it.
Okay. Okay. So there's still at this point a kind of dirt path that you're able to follow. And can someone roll me another d20?
I'll go.
Yep.
That is a 3, my friend.
3. Okay. After another couple of minutes, you do pass by some ruins.
Skeleton.
These guys.
No, this isn't a random encounter. This is a landmark. So
Sightseeing time.
what appears to be so you've been traveling for about an hour. The light's beginning to fade, but you've still got maybe a couple of hours before it gets properly dark. Yeah, there's actually, you might actually see this from a distance, Exley. As well as the ruins of a village that has long been abandoned. You do see there is a strange raised hut-like construction that is just off towards the edge of the village.
Okay.
Gives you a bit of a strange vibe to it.
Exley specifically.
Almost. Well, it's that his
I see
perception,
everything.
his passive
Yeah.
perception is so high.
That's fair.
Yeah.
Okay.
But there is also a vague familiarity to the general vibe of it.
Interesting.
But,
and the village is like it's all in ruins, isn't it?
yeah.
Okay.
Other than this one hut that seems to be raised.
Okay. I will try and jog over in my metallic fashion to Esmeralda. Yeah.
Okay.
Esmeralda,
Yes, Exley.
do you know of anyone living in the ruins up ahead?
Let me roll a history. No, can't say I do. It's. Why do you ask?
Because there is someone living in the ruins up ahead.
I do not know whether we should investigate or maybe look later on or ignore it. And what do you think?
It is not part of our journey, but I suppose the rest of the group should make a decision. I assume Esmeralda's sort of at the front of the group, so
Yeah.
I am going to
You're-
rotate 180 degrees
See
and
who's
run
Yeah.
at the same speed
Yeah.
backwards.
Yeah.
Stevia is sitting next to Esmeralda and has watched this whole thing. Like, oh. I mean, personally, I think we should focus on the mission.
Yeah.
Just because if there is someone living in the ruins, maybe not everything here has to be sus. Someone could be making sus. Not everything has to be suspicious. Maybe someone's just making the best of a bad situation.
It's possible. but also it could be a danger. I almost would have suggested it might be a decent place to try to hunker down for the night, but with an unknown element like that, I'd be erring away from that.
That may be wise.
Yeah.
Does the rest of the
Maybe
group have any suggestions? Oh, by the way, there is someone living in the ruins up ahead.
Okay, are they a threat?
Living in the ruins? Where?
In the distance, there are ruins up ahead, and there is evidence of a temporary structure.
Oh.
You mentioned that it was somewhat vaguely familiar. Is there something that I can investigate from a distance?
Roll
Like, how so?
me, let's say, roll me an intelligence check.
That is a 3, Darby.
Okay, yeah. You can't place it.
Okay.
What level of assessment is this place? Good, bad, worth investigating for enemy, or riches, or part of the trip?
This is Barovia. Everywhere is a threat.
Good point.
This used to be the village of Barez. But it's been abandoned for a while now.
What happened to this place?
I don't
Has it been ruins for long?
I don't rightly know, but it's been a long time since really anyone was settled here properly, other than whoever that is that Exley's seen.
Well, I wouldn't be opposed to some sightseeing. It'd be better than the destination we're heading for.
If you
I will run. Conrad will run up closer to Casimir. You there, Casimir?
yes.
Do you know there's some hut at the ruins here? Do you know much of this place?
I know it is the ruins of Barez. I know it's not too far, that we're not too far from reaching the road down that will lead us the rest of the way to the Amber Temple. But if you believe that it would be wiser to rest now rather than risking being waylaid on the road, then it might serve as a sufficient shelter, assuming that whoever is in this hut that you believe is there is not some sort of threat.
Yes, not good odds given Barovia. Excellent. So you have not heard much of a hut like this before yourself?
No, I have not.
Good. Thank you for the feedback. I will let the others know. Okay, well, the hut. Are we considering approaching there to bid for place to stay for the night, or we make camp at the ruins, or shall we bypass it altogether? It is a bit of a risk assessment type issue, I believe. He dresses though. People discussing. He swings his horse back over to them.
While I do not believe that we would be in any immediate danger, but if we should choose to go into these ruins, I can assess the situation from up close if we decide that is what we want to do. However, it is not part of our mission, and we can always camp on the road. It will certainly be safer in the short term.
Yes.
I'm terribly tired. I'm awful. I don't think we can travel all the way to this terrible destination tonight.
My assessment is you have been awake for the same amount of time as the rest of us. I don't see how that could be possible. Are you perhaps suffering from an ailment?
Yes, I think I'm coming down with a cold. Actually, I don't think we should go to this temple at all.
Well,
Roll a deception check.
that should just be everything Fool says.
Yeah. Oh, that's a 12.
Even as fresh to the world as Exley is, with that passive insight of 15, this excuse doesn't quite cut the mustard with you.
I would hate to leave you here on the road while we continue our mission. I do hope you get better tonight.
Thank you. I'm sure it won't come to that. I'm not that bad.
I'm sure it won't come to that. So, general consensus, we shall press onwards? Or stay? In my mind, everywhere is dangerous, so it's really trying to find a good place to make camp where whether we use the ruins or investigate a potentially dangerous hut, or press onwards and make some camp in woods.
Both present risks.
It is true.
As much as I dissented earlier, maybe camping in the ruins is a good idea. At least then we have physical walls to help us, and not just my little spell.
Ruins do make easier to keep an eye on things.
Okay, so we shall find a suitable place in these ruins here to make camp and fortify for the night. In agreement?
Yes.
Yeah.
Sounds as good as a plan as any.
Although if we see any movement from that hut, I'm wary of it.
Yeah.
I will approach the hut and scout it out once we get closer.
All right.
Okay. Do you need anyone to go with you to help? Keep you safe?
I fear that will attract more attention.
We could be stealthy.
I don't like the idea of someone going off alone.
Yes, we might need to band towards it. If it is useful to investigate the hut, I will. I am quite stealthy, among my other good qualities. But I suppose priority should be we shall find a place to stay for the night.
Yes, and if you two want to check that out later, you're right, Conrad. You are very good at that, so that would be a good idea. Yes. So, I guess
yes.
we're finding a ruin to stay in. She doesn't look pleased about this.
All right. So, you make your way towards the ruins. The dirt and grass soon turn to marsh, as the trail dissolves into spongy earth pockmarked with strands of tall reeds and pools of stagnant water. A thick shroud of fog covers all. Scattered throughout the march are old peasant cottages, their walls covered with black mildew, their roofs mostly caved in. These decrepit dwellings seem to hunker down in the mire, as though they have long since given up on escaping the thick mud. Everywhere you look, black clouds of flies dart about, hungry for blood. The fog is much thinner on the far side of the river, where a light flashes and a dark ring of standing amid a dark ring of standing stones.
Okay, well, as soon as everything started getting super gross, Sevia, like, undid the buttons at the neck of her dress and then pulled it up as much as she could over her mouth and nose to help protect her face.
Conrad is going to steer his horse as close as possible to like the little window in the traveling cart. It's going to kind of like rap on the side of the window and then lean in while so keep pace with the horse and go, so does the locale lift your spirits then, Fall? Feeling a little bit healthier now that we shall rest in this beautiful location?
Yes, it's very charming, you know. Fresh air is so good for the health and everything.
Fresh air, yes. Wow. Lovely. Wonderful. And then he'll just urge his horse onwards as it squelches along the water.
Okay.
I mean, as far as ruins go, we could have picked a better set.
Exley continues on unfazed.
Yeah.
So,
I mean, Beatrice is unfazed by anything as well.
How do Exley's friends feel about it?
they don't feel.
Yeah.
They're going through such a wide variety of emotions that they just blank in expression.
That sounds about right.
Yeah.
Exley is trying to pay attention to the insects and wildlife in the area. If he can see any sort of animals, otherwise just paying attention to the insects.
Roll me a perception check.
Why, that is a 23.
23.
Hey, your dice finally came through.
So,
Yes.
yeah, you see that there's actually a swarm of wasps hanging around and slowly making its way towards the group.
Oh, cool. I am going to point that out. And there is a large group of wasps heading towards us.
What? What?
Conrad makes his horse slow down immediately.
We should perhaps go somewhere else. And he's going to veer off 90 degrees from the wasps.
Oh goodness, I'm allergic. I can't. Oh goodness. Oh no.
Might interchange course, everyone.
Yes.
Wouldn't want Sevia to swell up or anything.
I think Casimir's going to point at the swarm of wasps when you point that out and shoot a fireball at them.
I was just about to make that joke.
Good lord.
And the fireball explodes, consuming and burning the swarm.
Fire.
Will that just announced their presence?
Yes.
I mean, your contribution to the group comfort level is welcome, but could you not have picked a quieter smell?
It was either quiet or efficient.
Well, fantastic.
Do you want to risk getting stung?
Well, no, but you know, several firebolts could have handled that, and they make far less noise. Just the other day, I handled a whole swarm of bats with a chromatic orb, and they, you know, we could have done something like that. I don't see why fireball, particularly one of the loudest spells imaginable, had to be used. But I guess I'm just going to sit here then. I guess. Carry on.
Sevia, roll me a perception check, please.
Okay.
Oh no. He's giving you a death glare. You roll on that one, he like actually damages you.
Yeah.
That's a 13.
13? Okay. Yeah, as you finish your rant, you can't help but feel that there is a presence right behind you.
She looks over her shoulder to look at it.
You see a scarecrow.
What kind of scarecrow, sir?
An animated one. Can I get everyone to roll for initiative?
Very spooky for Halloween.
Is it like behind me on the cart?
Oh, it would be to the side of you then. Yeah.
Okay, cool.
I forgot you were on the cart.
10.
10,
13.
13,
12?
12 also.
19!
Hey,
Get it.
excellent. The skeleton, the scarecrow's a nat 20.
Casimir into here. Then the
I'm glad I could, while we're pausing, while Darby rolls initiative, I'm glad I could bring some prop comedy to the table. For audio listeners, I happen to have a mask that matches my outfit.
Yes.
So it's my little Sevia outfit.
Nice.
okay. Esmeralda's initiative is
So yeah, fireball, stealthy.
Yeah.
That was well done.
Also, the fact
Yeah.
it's taking Darby so long to get initiative to me implies there's multiple things.
Not good.
all right. So,
Does it?
Exley, you have won initiative,
Okay.
and looking around, you managed to count. There are 7 scarecrows.
7. Are there
Yes.
any that are in a particular group?
No, they're kind of separated out.
Excellent.
Although they all seem to, in a vague sense, have the hut that you spotted at their center, the center of their formation.
That doesn't sound great.
Excellent. So they're potentially protecting the hut. And whoever may or may not be inside it. Cool. That's exciting. So there are 6 scarecrows around us and 1 right next to Sevia. Is that what I'm getting?
Yes.
Excellent. And I broke off from the group and turned at a 90-degree angle, so I'm a little ways away from them. Would I be?
Yeah, a little ways. Not incredibly,
far.
but yeah.
But like within 30 feet, we should say.
Yeah.
Excellent. Okay, well, my first objective would be to, deal with the one that is on Sevia, I assume.
Okay.
So... I'm going to... Yeah, I guess I'm just going to look over. I'm not going to say anything. I'm going to see that there is danger. Go, oh, and then quickly shoot out a hand. And from underneath the sleeve of my cloak, a thorny vine streaks out and attempts to grab hold of the creature. I'm essentially casting Thorn Whip
All right.
on the scarecrow.
All right. So that would be a roll to hit, is it not?
It is a roll to hit. That is a 9.
A 9. That does not hit the scarecrow's armor class.
All right. So
Is-
the vine just sort of
Yeah.
flops on the ground.
All right.
And because that is an action, that'll be my turn.
All right. Esmeralda, who tied with you, is going to start things off simply. She's just going to start with a firebolt. That's a nat 1, so she misses. Then it is the scarecrow's goes. So this one is targeting Sevia because it's right next to her. And it is going to do.
Got your armor, remember?
It is going
is my mage armor still in effect?
I believe so. Yeah,
I'm on like the last hour.
Yeah, I think it was either 8 or 10 that it was cast.
It's 8.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was cast at like 9:30, 10 o'clock.
Yeah. So 12, 2. So you've still got it for about another hour or 2.
Yeah, and that makes my armor class 13 plus my dex.
Yes.
That gives me a...
It makes it 15.
Yes.
Yes. All right. So it is going to let out a multi-attack at you. Yeah, and yeah, so it's going to attack you twice. One of those is a 10, but the other one is a natural 20.
Okay.
So that is 9.
Is it just like biffing me with its big straw arms?
It's kind of clawing at you with
How is it?
these weird hand structures. So you take 13 points of slashing damage.
Okay, that's not as many as I thought.
And I need you to make a wisdom saving throw for me.
Oh, wisdom. A stat I'm so good
Yes,
at.
please. I think as a wizard you get proficiency in this save though, so swings and roundabouts.
Yeah, my save's pretty good. Oh, but that's a bad roll. That's a 9.
Yeah, you are frightened.
That's understandable.
Yeah. All right. The other 6 scarecrows are gonna make their way towards the group, and each of them is gonna use their. They're not gonna be able to quite get close enough to attack, but they're each gonna use their terrifying glare on a different target. There are 7 of you in total.
I dread to ask Darby, but
Yeah.
I'm probably closer to the scarecrows than the rest of the group. Would that change anything?
Yeah, one of them's probably gonna attack you.
Yeah.
Actually get close enough to attack you. So we'll resolve that one first. So multi-attack. The higher one was 12. I'm imagining that doesn't hit.
No.
Hey.
I've just remembered as well, he does need to make a con saving throw as well when he enters within 10 feet of me.
Okay.
Because of my halo of spores.
Is that an always active thing?
Yes, it is. I can use a wild shape to make it do extra damage.
Okay.
But my halo of spores is it is an invisible group of fungi which surrounds me in a 10-foot radius.
Okay. So
If a creature moves into a space within 10 feet of me or starts its turn there,
what is the DC?
it is a DC 13 con. It's not very
13.
high.
It only rolled an 11.
Okay.
So it does take the damage. And
Awesome.
so is it just damage?
Yes, it is 2 points of necrotic damage.
2 points of necrotic.
As these fungal spores sort of attach to it.
Okay. Alright.
That is my reaction though.
Yeah. But yeah, it misses you. So the other 5 are each going to use their terrifying glare on those who haven't been attacked. So Fall, Conrad, Beatrice, please make a wisdom saving throw. I will make them for Esmeralda and Casimir.
Laura's face does not imply a good roll.
Nope.
I got a 22.
22 is a success.
I got a 19.
19 is a success.
You're both in the cart. That makes sense.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm a 5.
That is a failure. So you are You are scared of the. So you are magically frightened
Yep.
until I just remembered. I think Casimir has like resistance to this or something as an elf, but it doesn't.
Oh yeah.
Whether or not he does, it doesn't matter because he succeeded anyway.
Cool.
But so that is the Scarecrow's goes. Full.
Okay. Oh, I hate the fact that the only way I can get out of the car is through the base, right?
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
Yes.
that makes this so much less cool. I fall, shimmies down through, like slides down through the base, and he's just like, I was just kind of like, oh come on, pops down through, and then stands up, and then does a huge like fake fall onto the Scarecrow attacking Xavier.
Okay.
Like, so clumsy, and I'm going to full quarterstaff first.
Okay.
So that is, oh god, that's a 19.
That misses.
I fall next to the Scarecrow,
Yeah.
but I'm going to flurry of blows this. So it's an unarmed strike. Oh no, that's a 19.
Misses again.
No!
Well,
So
thought
they
you'd say
attempt-
they were
they attempt
clumsy.
to- Yeah, they attempt to grab the Scarecrow in like a fierce grip.
Yeah.
They miss.
Yeah.
Then they will attempt to they stand up with their quarterstaff. They do a spinning kick.
Mm.
So that's please, please, please. That's a 13 to hit.
That will hit.
Yes.
Uh,
So that's 6 damage.
6 damage. Okay.
It's magical damage too.
Okay.
Alrighty, and then final quarterstaff hit. Annoyed with like how this is going, they're just gonna try to whack the Scarecrow in the neck.
Okay. Roll to hit again.
Oh, nat 20!
Nat 20. Okay, so
Hey, knock the straw out of it.
yeah, so maximum damage plus dice roll.
Alright, so 2d6, that's 12, and 15, 16 damage. And then, as well,
16 is
16
the
plus
face.
12.
How is it 16 plus 12?
I rolled well.
So this is an unarmed strike, is it?
Oh no, it's the quarter
This is the quarter
strike. I
staff.
did it out of order.
Okay, so that's
Yeah.
so that would be two-handed. It would be 12 plus a d8.
Oh, I can do it two-handed. Oh, okay.
That's assuming you did it two-handed.
Yeah.
Because it's only 1d8 plus 4.
I did not do it. Two-handed, and now I'm struggling with maths. Let's just stick with the 26 damage.
No, because that's way more than you're capable of. Is that but
Oh no, it's 10 plus.
you
Max damage plus whatever you roll.
yeah, so it'd be
Yeah.
Nat 20.
so what was on the d8?
It wasn't a D8, it was D6.
Oh, so
Jesus, I will re-roll it.
what
Please cut this.
Okay. Darby, cut this out.
Cut.
Darby,
Cut
this
this out. Cut this.
this is you realize
Okay.
that I have to
I'll
It's
just
fine.
reset. Alright, okay. So I rolled a nat 20 on that one, and I rolled, so max damage is 11 plus I rolled an 11, so that's 22 damage.
again, I think you're messing that up.
Just take a screenshot of like the thing
So,
you're doing on.
What are
Roll
you
20.
actually rolling?
I rolled 23 damage. Okay, so it's a D8
Okay.
plus 4.
Is this for the entire round?
No?
How are you getting
Oh, yes? What?
is this the damage for the entire round or is this the damage for the one natural 20 attack?
This is for the natural 20 attack.
So it should be 1d6 or 1d8 plus 4 plus 6 or 8. There's no way you can be getting double digits with this unless I am missing something.
Plus 6 or 8, what does that mean?
If you're using it single-handed, it's a d6 damage. If you're using it two-hand, it's a d8.
Are you wielding it one-handed or two-handed?
I'm doing it two-handed.
So it is 12 plus a d8.
Just one d8, I don't add the plus 4.
12 is already incorporating the plus 4.
So max damage doesn't include the plus 4 then, Darby? Is that
No,
what?
max damage does, but you don't add the plus 4 again.
Okay.
Okay. that's the problem, Darby.
Yeah.
Because
that's the issue. That's what we're all going wrong.
It's maximum damage plus the dice roll.
Plus the dice
the
roll.
dice roll.
Yes.
Okay, alright.
That's what
I will cut this all out.
Yes.
So I'm starting again.
No need to do the whole song and dance about it.
Alright. Okay, so for that one, I rolled 12. Nope, sorry, I rolled an 8, so that is 12 plus 8.
So
that.
20.
Yes, so it's 20 damage.
Nice. Okay, yeah, this scarecrow's looking pretty shaky.
Excellent. That is the end of my move. I will move a little bit away from the scarecrow again. Just a little bit.
Okay. Conrad, you'll go.
So I'm frightened, so that just means I have to flee, basically.
Strictly speaking, no, unless there's something in the effect.
Like if you could remind me what the fear effect does again, that would be great.
The target must succeed on a DC 11 Wisdom saving throw or be magically frightened until the end of the scarecrow's next turn. The frightened target is paralyzed as well.
I'm paralyzed.
Yeah.
Ooh, yeah, see, I also thought frightened was running away.
Okay,
Oh,
cool. Awesome.
Yeah.
So, I mean, he's on his horse, but I imagine the horse will just probably, like, freeze up as well, because he's not urging it on. So then, yeah, I guess, like, he sees the scarecrows, and then, like, instead of, like, I guess Sepia was, like, she yelled when she saw the scarecrow, Kara just, like, completely seizes up, and, like, his face goes whiter. He's already very pale because he has that goth aesthetic, but like he just like completely like big eyes and just like does not move. Like
Yeah.
That's what he does, I guess.
So that paralyzed is specifically a feature of the terrifying glare. So Severe is not paralyzed because she was frightened because of the attack.
Understandable. Yeah. Oh, cool. So yeah, no, he just completely freezes up. But normally he'd be the one like rushing. Yes, fun, excellent combat. But
And frightened doesn't mean that you have to run away from a target. It just means that you have disadvantage on ability checks and attack rolls, while the source of your fear is within sight, and you can't willingly move closer to the source of your fear.
Okay.
All right. So, is there anything else you are doing? Oh no, you can't do anything because you're paralyzed.
Yeah, I can't do anything this round.
All right, Sevia, you are frightened.
So this is gonna be a real a cop-out question, but I just feel the need to answer it. If she covers her eyes, does that count as the thing being in sight? I'm assuming yes.
I mean, technically no.
She's like,
Technically no, but like you'd still be at disadvantage for being blinded.
You got me there, fam. You saw my little trick and right there.
And you wouldn't be able to use anything that required somatic components.
Oh, because I need my hands. Okay, cool. So, if I'm on the cart and the scarecrow's here, there's one right here, and then they're all kind of fanning out that way. There's none like behind me, right?
There's probably, just thinking of the structure of it, there's probably one that's behind you within the structure of this.
Okay.
But you're only specifically frightened of the one that attacked you.
Okay, cool. It's vaguely hypocritical, but I am questioning just using Fireball out the gate.
I mean, your presence is already known.
Yeah, okay, look. Yeah, the only other spell I want to use is concentration, and I like... Anyway. Okay, well, I am going to cast Fireball, and I'm casting it away from all of us, towards as many of the scarecrows as I can.
Yeah. Yeah. It would be a struggle for most, but because you have your sculpt spell and are able to just go like, yeah, it doesn't affect my, like, X amount of allies, I would say that you're probably able to get it in a spot that would still target about 3 of the scarecrows.
Okay, cool. So they have to make a Dex 16 save?
I rolled 3 dice, and the lowest raw number I got on the dice was a 16. I got 2 16s and a 17, so they all succeed.
So they all only take half damage.
Yes, but that is still half damage.
2, 3, 4, 5. How many d8s is it? How many d6s is it again? 8.
8.
Jesus Christ. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, so that's 6, 12, 18, 20, 22, 24, 26, 27.
Oh. So, 13.
Yeah. Yes.
13 damage to 3 scarecrows. Nice. Okay.
And she... Okay, I know she can't actively move closer to the friend, but, she does kind of want to get out of the way a little bit. Would she be able to, like, climb on top of the cart? Like she's on, like, the little bench at the front. I'm assuming the cart is, like, behind her. Could she, like, climb on top and just get some distance?
For you, I might get you to roll an acrobatics check to maneuver up onto the roof.
Oh, that rolled off a good number and onto a bad number. And that's a 6.
Yeah, so you kind of struggling to really get a proper foothold. And you're kind of stuck in place, so to speak.
Okay, well then I guess with that happening, she's going to use her bonus action to cast Dragon's Breath on herself.
Okay. Alright, so Casimir is going to cast a... Let's just keep things simple. He's gonna cast He's gonna cast a third level magic missile to target 5 of them with a missile each, doing 3 damage to 5 scarecrows. And that is his go. Next is Beatrice.
Hey. So Beatrice is also going to jump down out of the cart, and she's going to come up to the scarecrow that attacked Stevia, and my first thing to do, I'm going to designate this particular scarecrow as my Slayer's Prey.
Okay.
And then I'm going to slash at it with my dagger.
Alright, roll to hit.
Okay. Oh, that's a nat 20.
Nice.
Okay.
Nice.
Man, Beatrice is so cool.
That means I get to... Oh, what's that? Oh, hang on, I've lost it. An extra d6. Okay.
Now this is going to be pretty disgusting because that Slayer's Prey dice gets doubled as well.
Yes, it does.
Or gets max plus rolled.
Yeah. Alright, so I roll a 4 and a 5.
Oh, and you get sneak attack.
And I get sneak attack, so that's
Because
one
you
more
have that
D4.
one rogue level.
Oh, and that's a 6. So,
This thing is dead. This thing is... It had 10 hit points. There's no way you could do under that.
yeah.
Yeah, just in max damage, you can't.
Yeah.
Look, just in what I've rolled, it's dead.
Yeah. Sevia, you are no longer frightened. Because the source of your fear is done for.
Okay, well then I guess she was like halfway clambering up on the top of this cart and then was just like, oh. Cool.
Alright.
Yeah.
And you still technically have a second
I
attack
do.
and some movement.
I'm gonna move towards the next closest scarecrow.
Okay. Yeah, you probably can't quite get within attacking range unless you wanted to risk throwing a dagger, but...
Nah. Oh, no. I'm not gonna throw it at it.
Okay.
I get close to it.
Yeah, fair enough. Exley, your go as we hit the top of initiative again.
So I'm going to move a little bit closer to the cart.
Yeah.
Oh, actually, no, I'm not, because there's still the one that's near me, isn't there?
Yeah, I was about to say
Yeah.
you take an attack of opportunity.
No, that's fine. I will stay where I am.
Yeah.
I'm going to take out my quarterstaff. I'm going to tap it on the ground a couple of times, cast Shillelagh on it. And for my action, I'm going to use my wild shape ability to trigger my symbiotic entity
Okay.
to essentially awaken the halo of spores that are around me. I gain
Nice.
hit points,
Nice.
and that is my turn. I'm done.
How many hit points do you gain?
I gained 24 temporary hit points.
24 temporary hit points. Nice. Okay. So, yeah, next is Esmeralda, who is going to, what is she going to do? She's just gonna keep safe again and firebolt again, at, just one of the skeletons that has seen one of the skeletons that was already somewhat damaged from Sevia's fireball.
You mean scarecrow?
Yeah, scarecrows. Yeah. So that is a... I mean, her bonus is more than +2, so that hits. So 2d10 of fire damage. Throwing my dice everywhere. That is 10 points of fire damage. And that is her go. It is the Scarecrow's goes. So the one that is by you, Exley, is going to attack you twice.
They immediately take damage before the attack.
Alright, how
as
much?
well.
Is that... that's a save thing too, isn't it?
It is a save.
Alright. I believe they fail. That is a natural 7 on the dice, so...
And because of symbiotic entity, I double the dice as well.
Okay.
That is just 6 points of necrotic damage.
Okay. The two attacks are an 8 and a 14.
They both miss.
Yeah. Now there was one.
Still alive.
There was one that you were going up to, Beatrice. It is
Yes.
going to close the gap and make 2 attacks against you. Oh, this has been a high critical session because I just rolled another nat 20. The other one's like a 12, which I think misses.
Yeah, the other one misses.
Yeah. But while I am rolling damage, can I get you to roll me the wisdom saving throw, please?
Sure thing. That is a 15.
15. You succeed, and I rolled low, so it's only 11 points of slashing damage.
Okay.
Alright. Next is another scarecrow that's going to close the distance against you four. And roll to hit you twice. The low one's gonna miss certainly, but 18, does that hit?
Yeah, that just hits.
Alright. That is 9 points of slashing damage, and I need you to roll me a wisdom saving throw.
Okay. Ooh, no, that's a 7.
7. So you are frightened and paralyzed.
Dang. So I'm guessing I can't use Hellish Rebuke.
You can.
Oh,
You can.
alrighty. Okay. Nice.
Because yeah, I'll say the order of it's ambiguous, but I'll say order of operations. You can make the hellish
Yeah.
rebuke.
I kind of just like use that and then instantly freeze.
Yeah.
Alrighty, so that's a 14 dex save.
All right. That's gonna fail.
Oh, nice. Alrighty, so I'll roll damage.
Now
And
I
that-
believe this is actually treated as a second level, so 3d10.
Oh, yes, it is too.
Because I remember playing a tiefling character and reading that wrong for the longest time and only doing 2d10.
Oh, I rolled really well. That's 19 damage.
19. Okay, so this one is
Really?
looking pretty shaky, but the burnt appearance gives it a more fierce and ferocious look, and you are terrified.
Yeah. Oh dear.
Okay, next one is going to go for Casimir. And 2 rolls to hit. That is, low one's gonna miss. The high one is going to hit, I believe. He doesn't have a great AC. Yeah, it's just going to hit. So he takes 8 points of damage to Casimir. Then the next one is going to target. Who is missing in this? Is it close the distance on Conrad and do 2 attacks? But those are you're paralyzed until the end of its go, so that it does have advantage. So the first,
That's alright.
the first attack, the higher one is only an 11, so it still manages to miss.
Good.
Yeah. And the second one is a 14, which still manages to miss.
Yeah, we'll
So-
say it's the horse.
Yeah,
Freaks at the second it comes near it, so it moves
Yeah.
out of the way.
Yeah. You are no longer paralyzed or frightened either.
Thank goodness.
All right. And the final scarecrow is going to go for, I believe, would be closing the distance against Esmeralda. And attacking twice. That's another natural 20.
Oh my god. Could your dice stop? Please.
So the other attack also hits. So the regular attack does 7 damage, and then the natural 20 does 14. So that's 21 in that turn, and Esmeralda needs to make 2 wisdom saves. Both of which, actually, she might have an okay wisdom save. No, she fails. She is frightened and paralyzed. Unfortunately, Fall, your go.
Okay.
You are frightened and paralyzed, I believe.
That's right. So
Yeah.
pretty much when Fool sees this flaming scarecrow, essentially, they're shot back into a memory of when they were in combat and their friends just grabbed them and threw them down when a fireball narrowly avoided them and incinerated a few of their fellow comrades. So Fool is just back up against the the cart and cannot move.
Okay, Conrad.
Okay.
Conrad, you get your go this time. You are no longer frightened or paralyzed. There is
Excellent.
a scarecrow right in front of you.
Scarecrow right in front of me. So I guess like the horse jostling him and the scarecrow, he kind of like shakes out of whatever he's been reminded of, I suppose. And then quickly looks down, assesses the situation, pulls the reins up high on the horse and gets the horse to trample it, or attempts to, I suppose.
Okay, roll to hit with the horse's trample attack.
Alright, so it's a +5 to hit for the horse. So that's a 21 to hit.
21. I was
Or a
gonna
16.
say you can technically use your bonus action to give it this is
Give
yeah.
it a bonus, but yeah.
this so yeah, so
And-
how much damage?
So it's 2d4 plus 3, so that's a 4, a 3, so a 7, so 10 damage from the horse.
10 damage. Okay. But this is non-magical.
No. Yes, it is. Yep.
Yeah.
And then Connor is going to, while the horse rears up and does that damage, and like tries to knock it, I guess. He's then going to stab at it with his rapier.
Okay, roll to hit.
Attempt to again. And I roll a 17, so I'm pretty sure that's going to hit it.
Yes.
Cool. So his rapier is 1d8 plus 4. And would you technically say my horse is my ally?
I would say yes, because it's not technically an ally, it's an enemy of the target.
Oh, well, yeah,
So-
true. Excellent. So
Which it has just proved itself to be.
it's true. So I rolled a 6 for my rapier, so plus a 4 is a 10, and then I'm just gonna hit D&D Beyond for sneak attacks,
Yeah.
3d6. So 18 damage altogether.
18. Yeah, you managed to eviscerate this scarecrow.
Yeah, so it
with your
completely like
rapier.
shakes out of it. The horse tramples down. He stabs down into it. I guess just like the straw just explodes everywhere.
Yeah. Yeah.
Ugh. Excellent. And I guess can I just do like a quick like survey? Can I do an intelligence check? I guess to see who he thinks needs the most help, or perception or something.
Roll me a perception check. Or insight check at probably at disadvantage, for the
Disadvantage, okay.
haste of it.
Yeah, no worries. Okay, geez. So that's like a 10.
A 10.
Just pick someone randomly if he can't.
Yeah, no one seems to be struggling excessively.
Okay. Okay. Damn. Alright. Oh, I guess then he'll just yell out to, 42, watch out! Low sweep! And he'll give him the help action.
Okay.
I would have liked to give it to Fall, but no. Do not spot it. That would be his default.
Celia.
So, actually has advantage.
Yeah. Celia, your go.
Okay, so at the end of my last turn, I cast Dragon's Breath on myself, which, oh god, so I can use an action to exhale energy in a 15-foot cone.
Okay. Yeah.
And it's another, I cast it at the second level, it's another dex save.
Yep.
Or they take half damage. She picked. She
Might be a struggle to get more than 2 people in this, and that's even with having allies within the cone, and
But can I get a scare? At least one.
yes.
Like the one. Yeah. I'm gonna.
Without moving, you could probably, without moving too much, you could either get, actually, without moving at all, you could get the one attacking Esmeralda.
Okay. Cool.
Without moving too much, you could probably get the one in combat with Beatrice.
Okay, well, Esmeralda is closer to me, and Dragon's Breath lasts for a minute anyway, and I can do it again.
Yeah.
So she is going to do that, and she's actually going to do lightning damage instead of
Okay.
fire.
Okay.
So, it's 3d6.
Dex save, I believe.
Yes. So
That's a natural one, so
it's gonna take full damage.
yeah. Damage away.
Ooh, which is 11.
11. That's enough to destroy it. It blows up in like a puff of charred straw.
Yeah. So I'm just for how it would look to outside people. So dragon's breath does look like it is coming from you. So from an outsider perspective, Percevia, like, you know, did her hand movements, did her words, kind of touched her own chest, like, and then opened her mouth and lightning shot out of it.
Nice. We're just gonna jump back to 4 because I realized I was mixing up the 2 frightened effects. Because you're frightened because of an attack, you aren't paralyzed.
Oh, okay.
It's only when you're
Well, I
frightened
guess-
because of the glare.
Yeah, okay. Well, I guess since Paul is still frightened, Paul will like slide down the back of the cart and then just roll under the cart and hide.
Okay, you do risk an attack of. Oh no, because you backed away, didn't you?
Yeah.
Yeah. You backed away and then it closed the distance, so you are in range of it. So you would take an attack opportunity.
Okay, I'll take it.
Yeah.
I feel probably is very present.
Yeah.
Right now.
That's only a 9 anyway, so it misses. Okay, Casimir is again going to just stick with magic missile this time. Is he gonna stick with? He's just gonna do a level 2, because there are only 4 scarecrows left, and he's gonna go 1 on each. So that is 4 points of damage to 4 scarecrows, and good. And alright, so 2 are looking shaky now. The one engaged with Casimir and the one engaged with Fall. And next will be Beatrice.
Okay, so I'm just player note. Slayer's Prey. What it says benefits last until you finish a short or long rest, or if you designate a different creature. So can I pick the one in front of me?
Yes.
Okay.
I believe it's only a bonus action to swap the creature.
Yes, it is only a
Yeah.
The whole thing's just a bonus action.
Yeah.
Oh god, I lost my dice. Okay. That is a 17.
17 to hit. That definitely hits.
So we slash it with our dagger, and it takes 10 damage.
Alright, and you get your second attack as well.
Yes. So I slash at it again with my dagger going the other way, and this time it is a 9.
9. That misses, unfortunately. That is the end of another round, and we are going to leave it there on that note for
Oh, boy.
this episode.
Spicy.
We will pick up again at the top of the next round next week.
Okay.
See you next week, everyone.
See you next
Thank
time.
you all
Thank
very
you for
much.
listening.
Goodbye.
Bye.